Evening. Sorry, folks, for the low quality video. It's just that to do a high quality video, it requires a lot of processing time. It takes about an hour for a 5 minute video to be processed, edited, and uploaded. Um, so it's just not. Sometimes I just want to get something out there, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. Anyways, that's not the subject I want to talk about. That's subject I want to talk about is whose fault is it? Okay. I want to ask you a question. If the banks printed up the money, let's just say every single bank in the United States printed up money and dumped it in the streets, whose fault would it be after prices of everything were to skyrocket because everybody grabbed the money and started spending it? Now, of course, the politicians would like to say, well, it's the fault of the people for taking up that money and spending it. They knew that that this was wrong, and they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have taken that money and gone and spent it. So they've collapsed the currency because, the banks, they shouldn't have printed that money and put it in the streets. But you knew something was wrong. Right? Do you think it's the fault? Really? Do you think it's your fault that you took the money that was on the ground and spent it? Really? Okay. So if you don't think that that's your fault, right? If you feel that you're 100% unblameless, that's fine. That is correct. I think you're 100% unblameless for the hyperinflation that ensues because the banks printed up the money and threw it on the ground. So, with that said, banks don't do that. Instead, they print up the money and loan it to you. So, is it your fault what happens after that? Just a thought. You cannot print money, of course. The banks can do that if you agree to print the money for yourself and through a loan or with a credit card. However, the end result of that printing of the money is not your responsibility. Now, the law requires that you pay back this money plus interest. However, the law provides also a way to get around that. But again, this is not your fault. You're saying, well, then they need to change the laws, huh? No. Maybe we should have a free system, right? And then without all these laws, like, I believe that we should have a law that gets rid of all of the regulation of the banks, so the banks can print up as much money as they want, can do whatever they want. This way, it'll collapse the system, right? Because it's not sustainable. It's only sustainable by putting laws on top of laws on top of laws on top of laws on top of laws until you have no freedom. Now, if we have no rules and regulations on the banks, we don't need all these bunch of laws. We just need people to do the right thing. And you're saying, well, people don't do the right thing. Well, they'll eventually do it when they have no choice and they want stability, right? So, I think Winston Churchill said, America always eventually does the right thing once they've exhausted all other options. So if you decide to not pick up the money and work hard and save real money, gold and silver, invest in companies where you're getting paid dividends higher than inflation, you are making the change to a better world. But it is your choice. You have to do what's best for your family. However, keep in mind, if you take the easy way out, you will not learn how to survive without the easy street of printed money.
And cut.
Here you go.
You're joking, right? What's this?
Your payment.
I don't think so. This is what I'm looking for.
Gold and silver is money and nothing else.